Welcome back everyone to my Let's Play of The Legend of Zelda Oracle of Seasons linked game. Last episode, Maverick started his exploration of Dungeon 4, the Dancing Dragon Dungeon, and he completed everything to the upper left, found some keys, and that's going to allow him to continue on to the right, which is where the item and the boss and the essence of nature is. He's going to end up defeating that boss a little bit differently than his brother Data did in the non-linked game. But that's going to be helped out a lot by one of the new items that Maverick got in the last episode, the Goron Sword. The Bigoron Sword. Let's go out with the compass. And we're going to head on up. Going to be in a room here with these rollers. To avoid the rollers, all you have to do is just dive under the water. Diving is going to be kind of important for this dungeon. Going to be a puzzle that we're going to solve here. A neat little puzzle, because it teaches without really explaining anything, without saying a word. It teaches you. So I'll point that out a little bit. So you could use the rocks here to just jump across all those single tiles, but those floors will crack underneath you, so if you're not fast, you'll fall down. So you can just use a shortcut, use a Pegasus seed, and do a diagonal jump there. So the puzzle I was referring to is over in the room to the left. So when we pass by the track, you want to hit the switch on that track. That'll allow you to get into the room next. Go all hearts. So in this next room, there's going to be a bunch of enemies, and when you defeat all the enemies, a key will drop from the ceiling, and the key will fall into the body of water there. So you see the key drop in there, and then if you try to swim there, like you don't get the key in the inventory. What you have to do is you have to dive underwater, because the key's underwater. So that's basically teaching you that, hey, a key can be hidden under the water. Later on, there'll be a room that we'll enter that'll have some water in it, and we'll have the key. They hear the sound on the compass saying there's a key in this room, and another a man will provide a clue what water to dive into. So you put all those together. What I learned in that room, that the key can be hidden in the water, the tone of the compass saying there's a key in here, and the guy telling me where to dive, what specific part of the body of water to dive into, and as you solve a puzzle. So it's nice, you know, the game kind of taught you something right there without any text, anything. A lot of games, newer games these days, that's what a lot of people complain about, that a lot of them handhold you a little too much. They'll have, these older games you had to, read the instruction manual or take little clues here and there and combine them together. A lot of games now just kind of, give you like a NPC companion or something that'll help you out, help you solve the puzzles. Speaking of puzzles, we're going to have a little mini boss coming up here who's kind of a little puzzle. That one a guy gave us. Can you see through my power? That one little ember, Deku Scrub offered us some ember seeds. It's kind of a rip-off. You need the ember seeds to defeat this mini-boss, but it's a rip-off to buy them from that Deku Scrub, because as you can see, there's just a free bunch of ember seeds in this room, and the bushes there, they actually will respawn over time. See, because when we cut them down, you can see that their root still remains. So this guy gave a little clue. He's like, can you see through my technique? Well, see technique means you have to be able to see through in the dark. You can't see things when it's dark out. So that's your clue that you have to light up the room. And when you light up the room, you'll notice that one of those wizards has a shadow. That's the right one that you have to hit. And it's necessary to light up the room. What you seek is in the eye, because I guess that triggers the flag that he's vulnerable. You think like, oh, there's just 3 of them. If they line straight up, you know, you'd be like, oh, it's dark. I'll just hit all 3 of them. But none of them will take any damage. You have to have that shadow appear. So there's that man who basically said, what we seek is in the eye, and that goes back to that puzzle I was mentioning. We're going to find a room with a key in it that's going to be shaped like a skull, and what we seek is in the eye, so we're just going to dive into the water in one of the eyes. And that'll get us the key that we need. But before we can do that, we need to get the item. We have to get through this room. And unfortunately, I messed up there. But if you mess up in this room, the good thing is magic happens and the room resets if you just leave it. It's not like reality where like the floor collapsed, so it'll take a while to repair it. Nah, just leave the room, it resets. The magic of Holodrum. I was gonna say Hyrule, but we're in Holodrum here, which is I guess adjacent to Hyrule, because I mean, you know, they were trying to take Din to Hyrule, so obviously Hyrule is accessible from Holodrum. So we just want to select a seed here. The seed allows us to hit these switches. That allows us to get to the room that we want to. The middle is just a dead end there. And you gotta remember that that one room not too long ago, there was a bunch of torches. And I just wanted to see if I could hit those pots across the pit there with the big one sword. Nope. Guess you have to be right adjacent to him, the hitbox. I don't really trust my jumping a lot of times, so these double jumps can be a little tricky. Alright, so here we have the skull. What we seek is in the eye. We put that together with the knowing that a key can be hidden underwater. We just go into one of the eyes, dive down, and we got the boss key. But we still need another regular key though, before we can advance in this dungeon. And this is where it's important that you remember about that room with the torches that we couldn't light because the torches were too far away. Which is like these switches in this room were too far away to hit. Until we got the seed shooter. Now we can take our ember seeds, put them in our slingshot, and light those torches that we couldn't earlier. Shuffle our inventory a little bit here. And let's start making our way back. Just a tiny bit of backtracking. I have my boomerang out because it's the one item that can defeat these bubbles, and it can be a little bit of a trouble here. Way bound isn't good. Got rid of that one. Now we click our slingshot with ember seeds. And if you miss any of these things, just, you know, come back. And I guess the game is nice in it. Basically, is programmed that like once you light those torches, the key will stay there. So it's not like you have to hurry back to this room where the torches are going to run out and you won't be able to get the key. And the key will always stay, the torch will always stay lit. Like I said, if you miss them, you can just keep going back and forth until you light them all. There's no time limit. Just hop on over, make our way to the raised section over here and grab this key that we need. Alright. Still gonna need our slingshot again. Just gonna take a little damage here to make a shortcut. Go. Now the track, we have to change the track to get to the room over to the left. Click your rocks feather, that lets you just jump over this trap. Shoot the switch, hop back over the trap. Now we can continue on the dungeon. Gonna run into a bunch of whiz robes here. Even with the level 2 sword and the green ring, they take 2 hits to defeat. You could pull out your seed shooter, your slingshot, and hit them with the gale seeds. If you hit an enemy with a gale seed, it'll basically pull them away in a tornado. It's like Wingman's weapon in Mega Man 6. I just saw somebody playing Mega Man 6 today, actually. A guarded body watches with unguarded eyes. The mystery seeds can sometimes do the same effect as other seeds. They saw it made that one guy catch on fire like an ember seed. Sometimes it'll act like a gale seed and make an enemy be teleported away. Didn't happen there. Got these guys and we're almost at the boss. The boss is going to be another remake of Legend of Zelda boss in the first game. Goma the Crab. Now Goma in that game was pretty easy to defeat. All you had to do was shoot him, depending on his color, 1 or 3 times in the eye. But we do not have a bow and arrow in this game, but we do have the siege slingshot, which basically functions as a bow and arrow. Now, you can destroy his claw there. If you destroy his claw, then it can't block when his eye is opened. But he has this new attack now where he like summons these little flame balls or creatures, and they will jump around and they can provide you more seeds. Now, if you didn't defeat his claw, you can see how I had to fight him with data where I didn't defeat the claw. Basically, he doesn't spit those creatures out, but instead, like, he'll open his eye and he'll charge at you to grab you with his claw. When he raises his claw up to come and grab you, that's when you can hit him. It's no longer guarding his eye. So, just depends on how you want to fight him. You got 2 different ways there. But now I've defeated him both ways. Defeating the claw and then not defeating the claw, so you can check out how Data did in the Unlinked game. I too grow mighty under the rain. I saw a lake shaped like eyeglasses. Alright, we're gonna head to level 5. We did a lot of stuff between levels 3 and level 4. Not so much to do between levels 4 and 5. If you didn't get the Season of Autumn yet, you will have to do it to get to level 5. I know I pointed out in an earlier episode that it's Season 5, Dungeon 5 was guarded by those mushrooms that can only be picked in the fall. And sadly, Maple there dropped a heart piece, but she dropped it all the way across the screen, so we weren't able to get it. But like I said, we'll be doing plenty of maple farming. I'll probably end up just getting that one off screen when I'm doing all that farming at the Gasha Seed location. We have a little bit of time before we finish off this episode. So I'm going to head back over to the beach here. Now that I have a slingshot, I can do 2 things. One, I can light this torch and get the 3rd jewel to get into the Tarn Runes. And I need the 3rd jewel. I need all 4 of the jewels to get into level 6. So I got to come back here soon anyway to get this. And having the slingshot will also allow me to complete another floor in the Hero's Cave. We just shoot that like question block there with a mystery seed. Reminds me of Link's Awakening, where you had the one song though to bring things back to life. Here we don't. We just have mystery seeds. Here we are in the Hero's Cave. Continue on. Like I said, every floor that you defeat, you get a little warp tile there, so you don't have to do every floor again. So this is the end of the 2nd floor. Here we are on the 3rd floor now. Your prize at the end of every floor except the final floor is a Gasha Seed. So I messed this puzzle up a little bit, but it's not bad. Just a quick reset. So it's basically telling you gotta light this torch here. and the treasure just appears, but I have to move this block out of the way, and I have to push it from the top, so well, all you have to do is hit, and it's just like those floors that collapsed earlier in Dungeon 4. You just have to reset the room. And I was going to do it the long way, but I was like, oh, I can just go to the south here. There we go. Head to the south. Now I know better. I forgot about this. It's been a while since I did the Hero's Cave. Although this Hero's Cave is a little easier than the Hero's Cave in the Linked game for Oracle of Ages. Yeah, Data's going to have a tougher time with his Hero Cave. I'm just going to take out these Zoros here. So this is a little bit of a block puzzle here. You have to push that one block into the pit. You start by pushing these blocks out of the way. Here. Push that block down, side, and there we go. Now we can get to that keyhole. Open it up, get to this upper platform, and then we can light these two torches. We may need the slingshot for the next room, depending on how enemies cooperate or not. So this is a room that's basically like 95% water, but there's a whole bunch of enemies, and we need to defeat all these enemies to get a key to drop. So you can kind of hang out here and hope that they hang out and come near us. If you get tired of it, just pull out your scent seeds. They're probably your best ammo for defeating enemies. We still got one more to go. See if we can try to lure them over to close to us to hit them. There we go, hit with the sword. And there's a key falls. Dive in, grab it. And that is pretty much this floor right here. So there's a portal to the next floor. But we don't have the Gasha Seed treasure. To get the Gasha Seed treasure, just have to light these two torches. And there's nothing else under all those other bomb blocks. I guess now that we have the upgraded bomb bag, you can probably destroy all those, but nothing in them, so. Once we get the Gasha Seed, that makes the portal back to the beginning appear. We'll take it. And then the next two floors, we basically need the Rock's Cape to finish. And we get that in level 7. So it'll be a while until we get back to the Hero's Cave. But luckily, there's not too much to do between dungeons. Like I said, we're heading off to Dungeon 5 right now. And just a small little mini quest between, like I said, going through the Tarn rooms. A small area to get to level 6. So the big mini quests mainly have been done. The only really big mini quest left to do is helping the pirates out down in Subrosia, and that'll help us unlock the way to the south west there. That takes us to Dungeon 7. Let's just get some rings of praise here real quick. So there's one specifically only to Oracle of Seasons, the Ore Chunk Ring, the Green Joy, because the Ore Chunks don't exist in Oracle of Ages. So that's here. Another one, the Sign Ring, and the Subrosion Ring. So I got quite a few rings here that are only available here in Oracle of Seasons. Goes to show that you have to do a linked game to get all the rings in total. Alright, now let's head to dungeon number 5, which is just to the north of the village here. Remember the Mako Tree said that he saw a lake that looks like eyeglasses. If you bring up your map, these two little pieces of land that jut out from inside the lake, they're like the lenses of eyeglasses, the way that everything's formed. So here's where we need the power of autumn. If you didn't get it, you know, there's that entrance to Subrosia to the south. But we already got it earlier, between levels 3 and 4. Changes to autumn, and then now these mushrooms are able to be picked. And we'll be able to enter Dungeon 5. And the mushrooms... Can't pick up another mushroom until the last one disappears. Here we go, and here's Dungeon 5, the Unicorn's Cave. And that's what we'll be exploring in our next episode. So take care, have a good one. See you then. Bye.